Alright you guys, we got a little project this evening. Gonna make a switch box so I can disconnect the mains from the television, since that has a bit of a draw while it's just sitting there plugged in, not even turned on. And then I'm going to put in a two-way switch that will select between the battery backup and just a direct to the outlet. So it'll be like a switch for a battery backup bypass. I want to do that for a few different reasons. One, I usually come down here for the mains disconnect on the whole security system setup. It's a whole bunch of different things. If you look around, you can find the video of that install. Power strip down here that I just flip on and off. Lately it's been just plugged in and out with an extension cord because this was originally plugged into the battery backup, which is good because on the generator it runs out of gas. I popped the breaker on it. It's just a good thing to have when the generator is going, but it doubles the power usage. If I just plug this directly into the wall, the inverter anyway says 30 amps. Through the battery backup it's 60 watts. I mean actually watts, not amps. So a little bit of a power saving deal for when I'm running the CCTV, the security system on solar, and a way to switch it back to the battery backup when I'm on the generator, which is known to lose power. This is pretty consistent. I went to Walmart and got me two of these 25-foot extension cords, these pretty green ones that I like. 10 bucks each. $10. Went to Lowe's as well. Got me these little handy boxes. I forget what they're called, but they're like 2 bucks each. Handy box, yeah. I was gonna get me in one of these standard blue 2-gang junction boxes, or single gang actually. What I have here is a 2-gang. You have these little flip out tabs. You cut a hole, put it in there, tighten the screws, the tabs flip up, cinches it, cinches it in there tight. It's going to cut a hole and make it sit flush. I thought that might look good, but you know what, the switches will probably get in the way there. Got too much going on anyway, and to keep it simple, I'll just use one of these handy boxes and screw it right to the surface there. It won't look as good, but it will be easily removable and placed elsewhere if I want. So that's going to be a multiple function deal there. A couple switches, one just for mains disconnect on the television. Since the television already goes to the UPS, we can run a cord to the UPS. There'll be another cord, we're going to chop those up, that runs to the mains. Actually, we'll run all the way over to the inverter, I think. Might as well just do that. Alright, there's a crude diagram of what I got going on. I got the mains, and that goes off to either the inverter or the generator. Got the UPS. Mains is going to come through an extension cord onto one input on a double pole, double throw switch. On the second input, that will go to the other extension cord and run into the UPS. So I can switch between either main or UPS. And then also on the UPS line, we got that split off to the television. With just a simple toggle switch there. So we got our extension cord pieces here. This is going to be our hot, or our line, our neutral, and our ground going into the extension cord. Line, neutral, ground going into our extension cord, going to the TV. Or actually, extension cord is probably just going to be a little piece, and the TV can be plugged in there. So anyway, let's wire it all up. Simple circuit. Make it easy to turn things on and off. was thinking about putting in just a simple toggle switch to flip on the cameras and on and off. It doesn't really matter too much being on battery backup, but when the generator runs out of gas, it goes on and off. You know, it pulsates until it finally dies. So I don't think it's going to be too good for the hard drive. So I like the idea of having the two-way switch. And it could be a battery backup when I'm on generators, or a direct connection to the inverter for solar. I could do something with another switching system where it switches from 12 volts on the AC power packs and direct connect to the batteries. But okay, so I'm gonna cut both the mail-ins off of the extension cord here. One to go to the UPS for battery backup on the generator, and one just to go straight to the wall for a bypass. So let's lay this out, see how much I need. Looks like they're using actual copper in these cords. Cut this one long so you can. I'm just going to go all the way to the inverter with it, and then it can just we'll switch from one battery backup to the other. Get the female end for the output. For the power strip, which has everything from the camera system plugged into it. And then I'm going to try and slip just a 2-prong plug through there as well for the television. Don't do what I do. This isn't the most safest thing right here, but I'm putting very light pressure. I'm doing very well to keep this centered on the cord so it can't get away from me. Better way to do this would be to somehow cut away from me, yeah, but get a little get some length on there to work with. Get some wires to work with. Get this cut off. Okay, typically you would connect these all the grounds together and then connect it to the case. But as some of you know, in the past I've had a few inverters fry on me. These cheap, maybe it's because they were the cheap square waves, but they did not like being connected to a neutral bonded breaker box, and it fried them. So I'm going to leave that disconnected. I do not suggest doing that, but that's what I'm going to do just for peace of mind. The UPS and the output to the DVR system, we'll go ahead and ground that to the box, and then connect up all our hot and neutral wires to the double pole. Okay, that'll be the jumper from the UPS power, or the hot side of the UPS. I'll go out to the boob tube so I can have a mains disconnect on that thing. Got some 16 gauge lamp cord. I'm going to use this for the television. An output for it. Alright, so we got this accessory switch tied in, or the mains disconnect for the television. This will be where the battery backup connects to. We got the UPS, uninterruptible power supply. And let's see here, we got an output that should go in the center. Put all our neutrals on one side and all of our hots on the other. Uninterruptible power supply that goes right here. And the inverter bypass. We're gonna bypass to the inverter when I am on solar. Ground, I'll attach in there, or maybe I could just slip that over here when I put the plate on. Alright, so that's pretty much good to go. We need to mount it, and then we can put those on. Alright, there's our boob tube disconnect. I can, if I need to flip on my... And for the security cams, we can select between the battery backup or a direct connection to the inverter. Okay, we got the input for the UPS plugged in. That's that green cord. And the output coming down here to the power strip for all the camera stuff. Got input number 2 for the inverter. Let's go ahead and give this a check. Down should be inverter, I think. No power. And let's try up to the power, the UPS there. Alright. Okay, booted down the security camera system. Boom. Easy off, I love it. Let's check, plug in the inverter and give that a check. We'll just run this cable up and over the door here. Once I get my zip ties out. Let's do an inverter check. Oh, 30 watts. Booting up. Alright, awesome. How about a boob tube check? They haven't even plugged that in yet. Got their little 2-prong plug there. Television cord. Okay, got the television cord run through. Plug that in. Alright, that seems to work. Boob tube power. Disconnect and save that power. Gonna make just a simple 1-switch disconnect for the microwave with another toggle switch there. Thinking I should go in and get a little thicker extension cord for the microwave. Next time I do these, I'll weld on a couple angle brackets or corner braces. Then I can just have this thing completely assembled and attach it without having to leave this apart, but these are for something else. And these, I was thinking self-tapping might work, but I'd rather just weld them on. So I think for a later project, we'll take a few of these and just weld on a bunch of tabbies so they kind of take up more space this way. Maybe I'll actually cut like a piece of metal and make a bar. Future project for ease of installation. We'll see about adding those, something like that. Then we can just put this all together and zoop, not have to worry about moving everything around inside the box to get it mounted. Got some extension cord left over, so let's put a male end on there and use it. Just went back into Walmart, and for 30 bucks I got their heavy duty. They got these all well labeled and marked. So I got their biggest cord there. It's 30 bucks. Grabbed an extra male end so I can make these last 2 boxes. Alright, so there's a simple disconnect there, just one toggle switch, one appliance. do this for a long time. Takes 30 watts just sitting there doing nothing. And here's another way to do it. Just a simple light switch. Bit cheaper too, a couple bucks cheaper. And if you get the black ones compared to the white ones, you save a buck something, a buck and some change. So that will be for my bathroom fan. Light switch felt a little more appropriate for a bathroom fan. This didn't come in a package and it doesn't say its amperage rating. I don't think these handle heavier loads like a microwave or a, I'm also going to make one of these for my battery charger. Another big fat finally. Gosh, unplugging and plugging this in for how many years now? I'd make a really good old school telephone switching operator. All this, there's so many things. Oh, that's so nice. I also fixed this little issue. The outlet that was in here was bad or something, I can't really remember. It had to come out for some reason. Anyway, it was the wires that were left behind, or the wires that were installed kind of short and with no extra slack, so I couldn't really replace that without doing something crazy. So to make it easy, I just put one of these little handy boxes and it works. And another heavy-duty disconnect for the battery charger, since I am also sick and tired of plugging this in and out. Probably a temporary spot, since I got a power strip here so I could plug in my grinders and stuff. But we'll probably move this here eventually to this spot and plug it directly into the outlet. That works for now.